the joy of aging.
Thế là dạ thưa.
Okay. Okay. So,
Do we need a translation to Vietnamese? Mình có cần thông dịch ra tiếng Việt không ạ? Yes.
okay. So, okay. So, can you raise your hand? How many of you can understand English? Okay, good. Okay. So, first of all, that before starting my talk, so let me introduce you that what I do. So actually, as Lynn had mentioned, I travel around and I teach mainly the mind training. The mind training, basically, is the techniques that how you can train your mind and how you can overcome your own negative emotions. So a couple of years back, we started with collaborating with some doctors from the Vanderbilt Medical University to see that how the meditation can bring the effects on our body immune system. So right now we are applying have you heard about the term called the IRB?
No.
IRB, it's called the Institutional Review Board. I need a certification to do the mass test on the meditation. So we did the small pilot test with a small group of people. They did the test on the blood, see how the immune system function. After 6 weeks of the meditation, then we checked after 6 weeks later, again they did the blood test, and we find it out a very interesting result that after doing the 6 weeks of the meditation, they improved a lot of the immune system. So now we want to go to the mass testing, that we need the certifications and that could apply. The process is a very long, a very hectic process, okay? So I'm in that process, okay? So now today's topic is that I was informed that I have to talk about the joy of the aging, am I right? So actually I was informed that. So for me, everything is for you can enjoy. Joy of the being the young. Joy of the being the adult, joy of the being the aging. Every moment you can feel the joy. So let me tell you the one example. Lots of the people, if you look at the majority of the people will do that, okay? When they are small, I think also you might did that. When you are small or when everyone, if you look at a small kid, the kid will think that when they finish the school, they will be happy. After they finish the school, they think when they finish the college, they will be happy. After they finish the college, they will think they get a good job and get married, they will be happy. After they get job and get married, they will think their children get old, they will be happy. Once the children get old, then you will feel like your life was gone in the second. So here the one thing we are missing, you don't have to wait to be happy, to happen something in your life. You can be happy, you can be anytime. So you need a few things you have to change inside of your mind, okay? So let me tell you one thing, very simple way. Whenever you feel sad, you are thinking something which happened in the past. Am I right?
Yeah.
Whenever you feel sad, you are living in the past. Whenever you feel anxiety and the worry, you are thinking something related to the future. Am I right?
Yes.
Their saying is a very nice saying. When you feel happy, you are living in the past. So when you are feeling sad, you are living in the past. When you feel anxiety, you are living in future. When you feel peace, you are living in the present.
Angry in the present too.
Sorry?
Angry sometimes in the present too.
Oh, that may be, yeah, okay, let me get this, okay, how to deal, okay? Okay, things that mind training is not that simple, okay? Now, I will ask you ask the question. Whenever I teach about how to train the mind, I always tell the people, training the mind and the training the body is a very different. Mind training, you need some more awareness, and so it is more difficult, okay, training the mind. Now, thing is that first thing is that when you want to learn how to generate the happiness or the joy for the aging, joy for the being the adult, joy of the aging, first step, you have to learn live in the present. Live in the present. Let me tell you the one story. This is the very famous story in the Buddhism. There is a one old master. He is above of the 100, and he was now in the death bed, going to die in a few moments. So every of his students gathered in front of him, and trying to get some of the, waiting for his final advice. So only one student was not there. His favorite student was not there. His favorite student went to the market to get the master's favorite cake. Then he brought the cake and gave to the master. Master could not eat because he is too old, about the 80, and plus he is so weak. He's on the deathbed. So master just took some bite but could not eat it. Then the other student was so surprised, freaked out and told the master, "What is your final advice? You are going to die after a few minutes later. What is your final advice for us?" Master told him, "Cake is delicious." This story is a very important. Master is living in the present. Few moments later, he is going to die, but the death is irrelevant to him. Now, if you look into our life, we will start thinking about 5 years later, 10 years later, lots of the things. Even it is not unnecessary, so we'll think too much. So that makes us create the more anxiety in our mind. So that's why. So first thing is the living in the present. First step, very simple. What you have to do is to sit, and when you inhale the breath, when you close your eye and when you inhale the breath, think that you are inhaling the breath. When you exhale the breath, think that you are exhaling the breath. Am I clear?
Yes.
You have to do that. When you're doing the gardening work, you have to remind yourself, you are cutting the flower, okay? Cutting the flower. And if you cut the white flower and the red flower, always remind and talk with yourself, I'm cutting the red flower, I'm cutting the white flower. Because what's happening in the right now, even if you have the dinner or whatever, you are not focusing on the food, you are thinking of something else. Let me tell you my experience. One time, I was in the restaurant. I went to have the dinner. The restaurant was fully packed. I was very curious and asked that few days back, I came in this restaurant, it's not a pack. Today, how come a lot of people came in that restaurant? One of my students told me today is a Valentine's Day. So that's why the restaurant is fully packed. But the very interesting thing is that I look at all the couples. Only one couple is talking to each other. The rest of the old couple, they are busy with their cell phone. Then I told my student, I'm sure this couple is in the relationship. Recently they fall in the love each other. The rest are all the old couples. After some months later, they will become like that. So this is what happening. You cannot live in the present. You try to get distracted very easily. And when you get distracted, most of the time, if you're alone, look into yourself. I think the most of time you will think something which happened in the past. That brings the more sadness and the more the unhappiness in your mind. Or you will start to think something in the future. What will going to happen tomorrow? If I get sick, what will happen? If I fall down, who will take care? These unnecessary questions comes in your mind. You will feel like a helpless. But in the reality, it's not a helpless. You can control these unnecessary thoughts. So that's why, first step, few minutes in the morning, when you meditate, just take 5 minutes. 5 minutes and meditate when you wake up and inhale the breath, think that you are inhaling the breath. When you exhale the breath, think that you are exhaling the breath. Okay? Every hour, just 1 minute, and try to focus on the present moment, what you are doing. If you're eating the food, just focus on the taste of the food. Just remind yourself you are eating the rice or you are eating the spaghetti or whatever. Okay? Am I clear? Very simple, isn't it? Very simple, and do it. I'm pretty sure that it will change your whole the mindset. Okay? That's the first step. Okay? Living in the present. Am I clear? Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. That's what you have to do. Okay. Living in the present. Okay. If one thing in the Buddhism practice, always we tells that if you feel right, you can carry on that. If you feel it is not helping you, you can just forget it. Okay. It is the free product. Okay. Free product, and you can, if you just use it. If you like it, you do that. Keep it continuation. If you don't like it, forget it. Okay? The first step. Okay? Now the second step. Second step is what you have to do is that, okay? You should know the one thing. What is the root cause of the all of the mental, I will say the negative emotion. The root cause of the negative emotion, in the Buddhism term, we call it the ego or self-centered attitude. Self-centered attitude means we are too attached to ourselves. Too attached. We are very self-centered. Even you say you love someone, but deep down you are loving someone because that person makes you more happy. We are too egoistic and very self-centered. Let me give you the very simple way. I will give you the one example, okay? I always give that example to the people. After this session, we take the group photo, okay? After the session, we'll take the group photo, and once you get that group photo, you will search first whom? After when you get the group photo, to whom you will look first?
Me.
Yourself, isn't it? In the group photo, the most important thing is you are the most important.
Yeah.
In that group photo, if you looks good, you will keep that group photo. If you don't looks good, you will delete that photo. Even your whole family looks good, it doesn't matter. Am I right or not? This is what we are doing. So what does that shows? That shows that we are too self-centered. Too self-centered. With that too self-centered attitude, in the Buddhism term we call the self-cherishing attitude. We are too attached to the self. So that's why we focus too much on the self. There is a very interesting research. Research says that the people who fall in the depressed, who get the stress, more likely they are the too focused on the self. Comparing to the people who more focus on the self and are not too much focusing on the self, people who more focus on the self, much more likely to fall into the depression and the stress. There is a research. Because what happened is that when you too much focus on the self, then what will you do? So you will compare yourself with others. Comparison, my dear stars. Then you will see that, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this and that. That's why it comes. So that's why what you have to do, second step practices are very easy and simple, that you have to think the welfare and the good things for the others. This is a very simple, that what you have to do is close your eyes and visualize the someone you really loved. Do you ever? I'm sure you have the someone you really love.
No.
Huh? No?
You love yourself the most already, right?
Sorry?
Because you love yourself the most already, most of us.
Yeah, most of it, yeah, okay. Then do you, okay. No, okay, good. If you have no one to love, visualize yourself. Yourself front, okay? And the visualize the yourself front, and look at yourself as a laughing. Or visualize the someone who you really love, and visualize them, meditate, they are smiling and laughing at you, okay? Visualize your son, daughter, husband or wife, I don't know, okay? Okay, anyway, so whatever, okay? Visualize them, and just visualize them as a smiling towards you, okay? Few minutes. Am I clear?
Yes.
Workable.
Huh?
Workable. Workable.
Okay. You can try, okay? Few minutes, okay? So someone who you really love, okay? Visualize them and meditate them, think that they are smiling. So I am not sure, many of you, there is one Buddha called the Laughing Buddha.
Yes.
Have you seen it? If you have not seen them, so you can just look in the Google, okay? There is one Buddha called the Laughing Buddha. It's always the laugh. So this itself, when you, that persons and who have no one to, like a person who have no one to, no one they love, maybe they can visualize the laughing Buddha with a smiling, okay? I'm sure that in your life you have someone whom you really love, no? Visualize them and the laughing and the smiling, okay? Few minutes. Okay, the second step, what you have to do. Clear, no? Am I clear? Okay, so now before going to the third step, we will do the meditation together, so that you will not forget what I taught you, okay? So now the 2 minutes, what we'll do is that the first step, okay? Inhale the breath, think that you are inhaling the breath. When you exhale the breath, think that you are exhaling the breath. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Huh?
Inhale through nose and exhale through nose or through mouth.
Doesn't matter. Okay, let me tell you the one thing. Because when you come to the meditation, it should be very flexible, okay? Very flexible. There is one person went to see the master and asked the master to teach the meditation. Teach the meditation. The master told him that the meditation is a very simple and a very easy. You can just go, close your eye, meditate, think whatever you like. Just close your eye, think whatever you like, meditate whatever you like.